Before we dive into our demo, let's equip ourselves with the right tools. First up is Add DNS Server Resource Record. This is the command you'll use to create new records. Then we have Get DNS Server Resource Records, like you used in the first demo. This command lets you view existing records, sort of like a magnifying glass for your DNS landscape. And finally, we have Remove DNS Server Resource Record. This is your eraser, your cleanup crew for when you need to delete a DNS record. All right, ready for some more hands-on action? In our upcoming demo, we're simulating a real-world scenario here. Let's say a company just launched a new website and an email service, and you need to set up a temporary DNS solution for it. We'll start by adding an A record for the website. This is the address folks will type into their browser, so it needs to be set up correctly. We'll then set up a CNAME record, which the company wants as a promotional subdomain. And then we'll configure an MX record too to make sure that the emails go where they're supposed to for this new promo domain. Finally, we'll remove the CNAME and MX records, demonstrating just how to clean up once a promotional campaign ends. I'm remoted into my DNS server again here, so let's kick this off by first adding an A record for our new product's website. The Add DNS Server Resource Record A command should have now created an A record called New Product, and that record should be mapped to an IP address of 192.168.1.100 in the DNS zone PS for sysadmins.local. Now, to confirm the A record was created successfully, let's check with Get DNS Server Resource Record. All right, we get a response and the IP address looks correct, but I'm still not convinced. Let's test to see if that record is actually resolving at the client using resolve DNS name. So to resolve at the client, I'm here on SRV1 on my server, so I will come back here to my Windows 10 machine, and then I will run resolve DNS name to resolve the name from the client and see if that works. All right, great. It looks like it's resolving correctly. Notice that the record name is correctly pointing to the IP address I provided it. Now let's go back into the DNS server again. Now we need to create a CNAME record for a promotional subdomain that points to the new product record we just created. Using a CNAME record, we can point clients to a different name to resolve. This works well when you need to set up a temporary name like we're doing in this demo. I will create a CNAME record called Promo, and I will point that record to the new product record we just created. So it looks like that worked using the Add DNS Server Resource Record CNAME commandlet. And now let me see if that name is resolving again. This time I'll just test the resolution from the SRV1 server itself. All right, that looks great. The promo name is successfully pointing to the new product A record. Now, onto the MX record for our email service. MX records direct email to a particular email server. Now let's create an MX record for all email destined for the PS for sysadmins.local domain to use our mail server at mail.ps for sysadmins.local. That has an A record already set up for it. All right, looks like that works using Add DNS Server Resource Record MX. The name of @ represents all records for the PS for sysadmins.local domain. And the preference parameter defines the MX priority in case you have multiple mail servers for the same domain. So it looks like it was successful, no errors, which is always a good thing. Let's go ahead and resolve that again. You guessed it, with resolve DNS name. And this time we can use the type parameter of resolve DNS names to only look for a particular type. In this case, we're checking for the MX record for PS for sysadmins.local. And it looks like it's working as expected. It's exactly what it should be. Now note that before I wasn't using the type parameter. That's because by default it does look for only A records. Now everything is set up. Let's fast forward a few days and oh man, the promotion has ended. Let's go ahead and clean everything up. This is where PowerShell excels. Since you know exactly what you created before, you can create a simple removal script. So here you can see a few commands. I've copied this directly into the console to make it easier to demonstrate, but if you were running this in the real world, you would probably just create a PS1 script and save it in there and run it from that way, but same difference. So here, this script is querying for all the records we did before to verify them and putting them all in an array called records. Now, everything should be in that records variable. Let's check. Yep, looks good. There's the CNAME, the MX, and the A record. Now, once they're all in an array, you can remove all of them with a single line. Ah, man, I'm getting prompted to confirm. This isn't automation. Let me cancel this and try something else. I will add the force parameter to the end. The force parameter is a common parameter many commandlets have that allow you to silence that confirmation prompt. Now, in the PowerShell world, you can also do something like confirm : false, and that works on some commandlets, but it doesn't work on this one. It's kind of a hit and miss sometimes, so FYI. So let's use the force parameter and see what happens. No errors, no confirmation. That's a good sign. So there you have it. We have just set up and managed some real-world DNS records. You added an A record, set up a CNAME record, and configured an MS record. We verified each one and cleaned them all up, completing the life cycle.